It's time to go inside the boardroom.
It probably is timeless. You know why? I respect anybody that was on the Warriors beat during those years.
And take a seat at the conference table.
Guru's great, too.
Welcome to The Executive Show.
Nothing easy.
On 95.7 The Game.
We're going to Game 7, baby. Game 7!
All righty, the Executive Show is brought to you by Afici, San Francisco's newest culinary adventure, located at 680 Folsom Street in San Francisco. Go to www.afici.com. That's AFICI to book your reservation today. And let's welcome in Zaza Pachulia. Hey, Zaza, how you doing?
We're back. Time goes fast, guys. It seems like we just talked a couple days ago.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I got to ask you a question, and my partner says, oh, you won't ask Zaza this question. I said, sure I will. And here's the question. Obviously after the Phoenix loss, the team got together and something happened and things changed. And obviously Klay Thompson changed the way he was playing. I mean, it was not hard to see that Klay was forcing it, playing a little bit selfishly, let's say the first 8-10 games of the year. So are you telling me he didn't know that he was playing like that? Because he's a smart guy, right? He knew he had to be playing not the right way, if you know what I mean.
That's a great question. I've been fortunate to be around with amazing people, and especially that I have more time now spend, time outside of the court of the basketball. And I met with so many successful people, from different parts of the world and, different spaces. And one thing I realized, we all need reminders. We all need help. The power of the communication, guys, is huge. I think we underestimate the power of the communication, especially when things not going well, or even when things going well. It's never enough to communicate. So I think whatever happened, I was not at the meeting. I'll be very honest. I was not in the room. But whatever happened, it was very helpful for everyone. And now I don't want to say that was, I don't want to give credit to the meeting, 100% credit, but I'm pretty sure a significant amount of credit goes to that meeting, right? And whoever led, whoever talked, like I say, communication is huge. And I think to get on the same page, shoulda, woulda, coulda, to be avoided, right? So everybody will, to hear from each other what we need to do, right? And it comes to the basketball team, it comes to the basketball department, BB Ops, or the business side, right? Communication is huge. So, like you say, yes, Klay is smart, and so everybody else, and then the locker room. So I think they heard each other, and all they had to do is execute it on the court. Now, success doesn't come overnight. Yes, we see the team is playing better, but it has so much room to improve and play championship caliber game.
Zaza, let me ask you this. Because last time we talked, some things have happened, and Wiseman, he's in Santa Cruz. Have you talked to him? And if you had, what advice would you give him?
Yes, I've been talking to James here and there. Obviously, he's in Santa Cruz and playing, getting rest is what we all want, and I'm pretty sure he's happy also to get minutes and being able to play basketball and getting opportunity to play. And it's a progress. I mean, obviously, there's so many things needs to come along, right? And for him to fully take advantage of this opportunity, and that's going to help him to be better. And this starts on the court, but off the court as well. And I'm more getting to the small things, guys, versus on the court and X's and O's, because he's in a good hands when it comes to coaches. And I'm kind of trying to stay away from, a lot of noise and, a lot of opinions around, especially the young guy, because, you might really overwhelm, his mind. And but small things like, for example, it's important to play with energy, and it's important to show the emotions. Even when you make something good, it's only gonna help you. And don't head your head into when you make a mistake. It's okay. We all make mistakes, right? And even Steph Curry makes mistakes on the court. One of the best in the game. But it's all about on to the next play, right? Short memory, and you're gonna get the opportunity to fix that mistake, defensively or vice versa, and offensively, right? So this kind of small things, I think, for the young player like James or anyone else, doesn't matter, is only going to help them because I think that's the huge difference between the championship teams or teams just not mediocres, right? The small things.
Yeah, and Steph Curry said last night he forgot to score in the situation of the game. I mean, he's got to be reprimanded for that, right? He's got to be maybe sit him down for a game, extra sprints in practice today. Man, what's getting into Curry?
Well,
I'm kidding. We don't know each other that well yet. No, I do. I want to ask you this though about Steph Curry, because he's obviously one of the greatest players of all time. And when you talk about Steph, you talk about Bird and Magic and LeBron, and all those guys made their teammates better. And Steph certainly does that too. But my question is this: is it easy or hard to play with Steph Curry?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's in the beginning it's hard, but once you're gonna figure out what you need to do to complement this guy and to help this guy, and once you figure out your role, then it's becoming easy. So I think you're gonna experience both challenges, when it comes to playing a daily basis, not only one game, but every single day to play with Steph. But like I said, I always look at the big picture, right? It's a long term because it's a long season when you play 100+ games. Overall, it's fun. First of all, just to think about playing with Steph, and I got to ask the question so many times, guys, from the fans and from the basketball world, from other players, how it feels to play with Steph. But so for some reason, like in our industry, nobody remembers the beginning. Everybody remembers the last. So
right,
if you're not feeling great about playing with Steph Curry towards the end of the season, that means that you got problems. So for that reason, I would say it's so much fun to play with this guy because, first of all, we talked about so many times, I'm never going to get tired of mentioning, it's about the joy, right? Because he brings so much joy every single day. So it's his positive energy in the locker room, on the court, and in practices. And once it's a go, work time, he's the hardest working guy. And, he inspires so many people, from his teammates to coaches to all the employees. And I was fortunate enough to see this every single day. It was happening in front of my eyes. And the other day, actually, I brought my kids to practice to work out, my boys, and Steph shows up. They happened during the training camp, and he should not be there, but he came for his second workout of the day, and I just had to stop working out with my boys. I said, listen, guys, this is the great opportunity for you guys to actually watch how Steph works out. And once we were driving back home and my boys were, they couldn't sleep at night because they were so excited. I texted Steph. I said, thank you who you are. I mean, not even a friend. Of course, he's a friend, but at the same time, and as a parent, there's no better compliment, or more better way. What else I can do as a parent, right, to inspire your kids? And your kids were speechless. My kids were speechless to see work ethic here too. So, and I reminded them it was second practice of the day, for Steph.
Wow.
The best player in the world, and he's 30+ years old, but he works so hard, and this is the only way you're gonna stay on the top. So, we're just so lucky to have this guy in the Bay Area and part of the Warriors organization, and just overall basketball. Not only, it sounds like selfish, but we're just lucky, the basketball fans to experience and watch the greatness.
That's great stuff, Zaza. I got to keep it real with you. That's what we do here on Steiny and Guru. I want to talk Draymond Green. And Zaza, keeping it real, I'm telling you, I've criticized him for stuff. just his dealings with the ref, yelling at the coach to challenge a play. But what I've been watching, man, I told my partner his motor is on 1,000, and I'm just stepping back to say, because we talk about Curry, and rightfully so, but you played in this league. How rare is Draymond Green? Because he's doing it all, and now I'm seeing him score, Zaza. I'm just sitting back like, are we taking him for granted?
That's a good question. Probably it's a pretty complex question as well because with Draymond, and it's so interesting. Every year you just don't know what to expect in a good way, right? But there's always a way that he's looking and we need to do a good job of make sure he's he's motivated and again it's not a bad thing, by the way, because he's such an important part of our success and our journey and run we had last decade, last 10 years. So he's such an important. I just cannot imagine without him this team to be for us to be talking about championship. Maybe yes, but just for me, just very hard because
right.
A lot of people or fans see that yellings and or whatever you just mentioned, but I was fortunate to see more than that. So in good sides and bad sides, but overall, I know that Steph and Clay take so much benefit from playing alongside with that guy. So
right.
This means a lot to me, right? So now, of course, if it was that easy, success is not easy. You need to deal with certain challenges and, certain barriers and et cetera. And I'm not saying that Draymond brings challenges, but, whatever, you got to look at the whole big picture, right? So some takes and gives. And
right.
Overall, you got to be able to manage all the personalities you have because it's not only about Draymond. I'm pretty sure even during my time, we had personalities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's important to have a good leader and the right leader. And I think we do have a right leadership in the team. That's why this franchise so noticeable, so unique. And not only on the court, obviously I'm referring to Steve Kerr and his coaching staff, but off the court as well with Bob Myers. It's so many things he does besides, the fans they're able to see. So many things every day. Even I'm in that Chase Center right now. He passed by me a couple times already, and he's been talking about different things. I don't know exactly what he's talking about. Obviously, it's about the team. It's not his personal life or, he's talking to his buddy. He's been talking about our team, So that's why everybody has to work, and we have like I mentioned, we have an amazing leadership, and it's our job actually to control and manage the personalities we have and put everybody in a situation, that, succeeds individually and obviously put the team in a situation to succeed on the court and win the championships, right? So, again, of course, we all wish instead of, 4 to have maybe 8, but you know what?
Right.
I'll take 4.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, Zaza, today's your lucky day, man. Normally, you would see me on the low block Sunday in the Warriors World Tournament, but unfortunately, the Niners play, so we won't have a team. So you go out there and win and play against whoever, but you got lucky we didn't field the team this year.
This was the only thing was worrying me, guys. So I appreciate it.
Are you going to play? Are you going to back-to-back? You guys going again?
You know what? Since you're not going to be there, I just lost some motivation.
Oh, there it is.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Good luck.
Hey,
Yeah.
Zaza, thanks as always. Really appreciate it, and we'll catch up with you in a couple weeks.
Thanks for having me, guys. Always fun talking to you.
Yes.